Welcome to Crossfire. I'm Stephanie Cutter on the left.
I'm Newt Gingrich on the right. Tonight, we're looking at two very different strategies to grow jobs. Texas Governor Rick Perry has an aggressive, nationwide free market strategy. Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has a home state-centered strategy. Here's what Maryland business owners are seeing right now.
We've created more jobs than all other states combined, where you'll find limited government, low taxes, and a fair legal system. That's why Forbes magazine says Texas is home to 7 out of the 10 top cities in America to do business. Maybe it's time to move your business to Texas.
The governors of both states are in the crossfire tonight. Democrat Martin O'Malley of Maryland and Republican Rick Perry of Texas. Governor Perry, the first question to you. You know, in your ads, you say, think Texas. So I want to think about a couple of statistics from your state. You have the highest number of uninsured, the highest number of minimum wage workers, one of the highest poverty rates, and none of that appears in your ads. And I'm curious why. Those are things that I think businesses would want to know.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that you want to cherry pick some numbers that are out there. You know, we've never thought in the state of Texas that you judge success by the number of people that are on public assistance. And so we made the decision in the state of Texas that we don't want to force people to have to buy insurance. They have access to some of the finest health care in the world when you have the Texas Medical Center there, one of the largest medical establishments in the country. So the idea that we're going to make people buy insurance to be a part of Texas, we're about giving people freedom, freedom to make decisions. When you see places or companies like Facebook, eBay, some of the Apple, which is soon to be one of the largest employers in the city of Austin. Caterpillar, every engine manufacturer in the United States is now in the state of Texas. When you see Toyota decided to build every pickup truck in America in the state of Texas, they didn't come there if they were worried about whether or not there was not going to be a skilled workforce, that the people were going to have health care.
Minimum wage jobs.
95% of all the wages in Texas are above minimum wage. 95%.
1 out of 10 minimum wage workers in the country live in Texas. And when you talk about freedom, I also want to talk about opportunity. So for the uninsured, 1 out of 4 Texans are uninsured. Where is their opportunity to be able to afford health insurance if you're not providing them the opportunity to get health insurance?
Well, I think the real issue is here, give people the freedom of whether or not they want to have a good job to be able to take care of their family first. If you don't have that first, then their only alternative is some government subsistence program.
But those people on minimum wage can't afford health insurance. And the other piece of the argument, if you don't have insurance, you can't afford insurance, the only way you can get health care is to show up at the emergency room, which increases premiums for people like us who have insurance. So what about the freedom of people who are paying their premiums every month? They're paying for the uncompensated care.
I want to go back to this issue of minimum wage jobs that you all talk about and you want to focus on. And it sounds to me like you'd rather have no job than a minimum wage job. Well, so let's talk about the number of jobs that are created in the state of Texas. 30% of all the jobs created in America were created in the state of Texas in the last 10 years. Some of those were minimum wage jobs. But if you know the statistics, 40% of individuals that have minimum wage jobs are out of it and moving up in the first year, 80% of them after the second year. So you have to have these minimum wage jobs to get people in the workforce, and then they work their way up. That's how it works.
As an objective fact, in the 5 years you've been governor, Texas has gained 440,000 people. According to the U.S. Census, Maryland has lost 20,000. Now, if we're having all this upward trajectory, why is Texas doing 22 times better in population migration over the last 5 years than Maryland?
Actually, you need to check your facts. We've actually added 230,000 people, and we've actually grown by 4%. But that fact is dubiously put out by some blogs.
Well, this was the U.S. Census. I mean,
and I think the other issue is that the number of people coming to Texas, those are a lot of low-wage workers looking for jobs.
Again,
and that's where they're finding them,
incorrect
in Texas.
With that. When you look, how do you justify, how do you stand there and say that you got all these low-wage workers that are coming to Texas when Facebook, eBay, all of the technology companies, Apple, you got, again, Caterpillar, Toyota, major manufacturers that are coming into the state of Texas. Martin's state lost 4,700 jobs in July. That's the fact. you lost 4,700 jobs in July. Texas created 18,200. So this idea, I mean, there's some real disconnect here about the story that's going on that we're hearing at this table and what the facts are. Everybody in this country understands that there's something really fascinating going on in the state of Texas, and it's been going on for some time.